Hi guys, my name is Arin and this is Arin's Voice. Today we're going to be talking to Minority Leader Driskell of the Democratic Party to talk about issues related to students. Thank you and I hope you enjoy. Hi guys, today we're here with Minority Leader Driskell to talk about issues related to students. So let's get started. How are you doing, Minority Leader Driskell?
I'm well, Arin. How are you?
I'm doing good. Are you ready for the first question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, my first question is one that is extremely important to parents and students alike. Gun violence. The news of school shootings sends a wave of fear throughout parents and students. So what steps are you and your caucus taking on this issue?
Thank you so much for that question because I feel it too. Every Floridian deserves the freedom to be healthy, prosperous, and safe. And that certainly must mean that families feel like they can send their kids to school without the fear that they might not come home at the end of the day. So first of all, we need to expand gun regulations, including things like universal background checks. This is something that a majority of Americans want. It's not a red issue or a blue issue. It's just one about how do we keep our community safer. We need safe storage laws. I mean, there are things that we can do without taking a gun away from a lawful gun owner. And I was in Tallahassee last year when there was a student shooting at Florida State University. It was a very traumatic time for everyone and especially for the students. We had so many students on our intern staff that are students at Florida State, and I gathered them all into my office, whether they attend Florida State or not, but just to talk about what happened and to hear from young people about what they want. And they definitely want to see leaders do more to protect them. They gave me great suggestions about upgrading the locks at the school and all sorts of other security measures that could be taken. And I was honored to communicate those to the administration at Florida State. So I really hope that we do more to keep our campuses safer.
I understand. Now, the next issue I want to ask you about is the teacher shortage. According to the Annenberg Institute at Brown University, there are close to 36,000 vacant positions in public schools all across America. What do you think about this problem?
I think it is really very sad that in America, we have not paid our teachers what they're worth. I know this is a problem that's not unique to Florida, but in Florida, we are either 49th or by some estimates now 50th in teacher pay. Arin, there are only 50 states, so that means that we're doing pretty poorly. So I think you have to pay people what they are worth. I think we need to be supporting our teachers, making sure that they have the resources that they need to reach the young minds of tomorrow like you. And I think that'd be a very good start to help eliminate the shortage.
I understand. Now, based on my research, I understand that you supported House Bill 235, which allows students to keep their hairs in their natural forms. How do you feel like this will impact the education system in the state?
Well, what I'm hoping for is that kids would be able to stay focused on learning and not their natural hair. So House Bill 235 is the Crown Act, which is all about protecting kids from natural hair discrimination in schools. You can see that I like to wear my hair natural, and they're in twists today, but sometimes it's a big, beautiful, fluffy afro. Sometimes it's just different, and I know it can be different for different kids. And I've heard stories from the community about little girls being told you have to sit in the back of the classroom because your hair is too big, or tell your mom not to send you back to school like that, or young boys who are told they can't participate in sports or graduation because their locks won't fit under their cap and gown or under a net. And so I just think that kids should your only job when you're a kid should be to focus on school, getting a good education. And I hope that with the Crown Act, we would better be able to protect our kids. And the other thing is that over 25 other states have passed the Crown Act, including Texas. So if Texas can do it, I know that Florida can too.
Understood. Now, the next question I want to ask you about is literacy. According to the National Literacy Institute, close to 21% of American adults are illiterate, while 54% have a below 6th grade reading level. What do you think we need to do about this issue?
We have to fully fund our public schools. Public schools are supposed to be the great equalizer, the opportunity for folks to build a better life, maybe even than prior generations. We know that public school can take people so far. I'm a product of Florida's public schools, and with my public school education, I was able to attain my dreams of going to an Ivy League college and become an attorney. But things were a little different back then, and I think that the legislature needs to get back to making sure that our public school system is the crown jewel of our state government, investing in our public schools, investing in early childhood literacy and early childhood education, perhaps even providing full-day VPK for parents, which would help alleviate some of the child care issues, but also make sure that our kids are going to school and prepared to read and learn at grade level by the time they get to kindergarten and beyond.
Now, my next question is about a stance you've taken throughout your whole career. As a representative, you've continuously voiced for affordability. As the minority leader, you also voice for it. Now that you're running for the Florida Senate, how are you going to continue these goals?
What a great question. So for starters, I'm carrying House Bill 675 on behalf of my caucus. Again, we say that every Floridian deserves the freedom to be healthy, prosperous, and safe. This is a great affordable housing bill that will help people who are from very low income to moderate income better afford housing. It would save them thousands of dollars at closing in the form of documentary stamp taxes. They would have a waiver. It takes projects that are using state dollars for affordable housing through the Live Local Act and extend the length of time they have to be affordable from 30 years to 50 years. It would adjust the average median income for these developments to make sure that we're building truly affordable housing, not market rate housing. So all that is fancy words to say, we want to make housing more affordable, because we know whether you are a parent or a student, it's hard to focus on your job or school if you're housing insecure, if you don't have a good, safe place to live. So we're going to continue to focus on that. And even in the Senate, I will continue to be a champion for affordability, as I have done my entire legislative career.
Okay, thank you. Now, my next question is, what advice would you give to students interested in public service?
Yes, and I was once a student interested in public service. So some of the things that I did was I looked for internship opportunities and even opportunities to volunteer with campaigns. When I was in 11th grade, I volunteered for my first campaign. It was for a county commissioner in Polk County, where I'm from, and I helped knock doors for her, and I just learned a lot about the political process that way. I participated in youth programs for government, so Model United Nations, Florida Girl State, YMCA Youth in Government. Those were really great programs that gave me like a little bit of a taste of what it would be like to be involved in politics. So I think there's so many ways you can get involved, and I encourage you to do so. The other thing is that in Florida, you can pre-register to vote before you're 18. So I encourage all young people to do that as well.
Okay, I understand. Now, my next question is about tennis, because I know you keep up with it. Who are your favorite ATP and WTA players playing right now?
I love that. So yeah, when I was growing up, I played tennis, and I played tennis in high school. I would encourage everybody to keep an eye on Jack Kennedy. He's a young player coming up through the process. He's only 17 years old. He recently won a doubles championship. He continues to climb in the rankings, and I think he's going to be a name that we're going to hear on the main court someday at Wimbledon and the U.S. Open and all those great Grand Slams. Jack Kennedy is my favorite player right now.
Okay, I understand. Now that concludes our interview. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Okay, and that concludes our interview for today. Thanks for watching. Also, if you like the interview, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure to comment down below. Thank you.